Good morning, everyone. We have started early on the farm. I have just finished spraying off the weeds on this field. It's now in its second growth stage, I believe, which means we can fertilise it again as well. I did the weeds off camera just to kind of speed things up a bit. And the next thing we need to do, of course, is get the sunflowers harvested. Looking at my list of things I wanted to do yesterday, I didn't do many of them. But we do need to get the sunflower header, so we're going to put an order in here and then I will go and collect it. So under the headers category, we've got this guy here. This is just for sunflowers, but that's absolutely fine because we only need it for sunflowers, and it's cheaper because it's only for them. So I will go and get that collected and then we can get cracking and start work. These are the two fields that we're going to have to harvest. There should be a good amount of sunflowers from here. Obviously they're not the biggest fields in the world, but they're well fertilized and no weeds, and there's majority of them have got enough lime on them as well. Harvester's down there and we've got a trailer as well, so let's just get over to this guy. We'll have a quick look at the header. Obviously it's a base game one, so it's not a mod, there's not much I can talk about really. But yeah, it's very nice and it's cheap, which is going to help us a lot. So we'll get started, and I also need to tell you about something which I realised. I was meant to mention it last episode, but I completely forgot. So if you remember, we got more sunflowers. We got more oats last time we harvested field 42 than the time before, and I was not really sure why that was. I did a bit of research afterwards and I realised that the harvester condition actually affects the yield you get from the field, and I had repaired the harvester just before we did that harvest. This time it's on 5%, but I don't think it's worth actually repairing it again. If it starts getting really low between the two fields, then of course I will have to repair it because I want as much as possible from these sunflowers. Sunflowers are worth a lot when it's a good price, obviously, so I need to try and get as many as possible from the field. But we're doing pretty well so far. This is a good amount, I'm happy with this. Obviously it's not a crop like wheat or barley where the actual quantity you get from the field is massive. This is more like soybeans and canola where the value is high but you get less from the field. To be honest, from the profit calculators, it's not actually the most profitable crop to do. But we've done canola, soybeans and oats a lot. So I wanted to do something different, use some different machinery, different planters, all that kind of stuff. And I'm glad I have. The next crop that's going to go into this field, and the other field, will be corn. That's because we're going to make silage. We're going to make corn silage. So there's going to be an investment for this, because I've decided to actually buy a machine which will allow us to do corn silage and also to do grass silage directly from the field. I was thinking that I could sell the mowers and all of the mowing equipment, but having thought about it in a little bit more detail, we will need hay for the horses, so it's better, I think, to keep the equipment so that we can make hay. But what I can do is I can sell the butterfly mowers because we don't need that much hay, so we can always do it with just the single mower on the front, and I think that will be fine. But we don't need to buy the machine just yet, we've got some other things to do today. Obviously harvesting this is the first one. After that I don't remember what else needs to be done, and the screen on my laptop has just turned off and it has my list of tasks for the day. Typical, I know. But obviously the biggest job is to get this done. I'm going to do it on a time lapse. I think I will time lapse both fields together because it's just one big harvest really. There's not much else to see. So yeah, let's get on. Let me find a nice view. Get on with the harvest. Okay, so I'm going to break from the time lapse very quickly because we are full. So we need to get emptied before we go into the next field. And I can also check, of course, on the condition of the harvester and make sure it's still okay. Didn't take too long to get that field done. Time is set wrong. It was on 1. I completely forgot to change it. But yeah. Let's get this guy unloaded. Look at that, sunflowers pouring in. Okay, switch the engine off because we're not going to need to move him. We got a good amount of sunflowers from there. I think it was around 7,000, 7,500. And sunflowers at the moment, what are they worth? They are dropping. Of course they're dropping. That's, you know, perfectly normal. Because whenever I want to sell anything, the price is dropping. 2019 is the median price. Again, I'll pop up the thing on the screen. So at the port, they are worth more than that, but they're dropping, so that's not good. Okay, well, condition 6.7. I think that's fine. So what we'll do then is I will get straight into the next field and we'll continue the time lapse and the fun. Just this small section here left to do, and then that will be both the fields done. We have done incredibly well, I'll be honest. There's a lot more sunflowers here than I thought we would be getting from this, so that makes me happy. Because obviously the more we get, the more money we make. I haven't checked the price again, I'll have to check that afterwards. But yeah, this is going very well. Just a small section left to do, and a little missed piece by here. Ah, I knew we weren't going to make that turn. I just knew it. I did waste a bit of crop. You will not see it, but because I had the HUD turned off when I was doing the time lapse, I didn't actually realise that I hadn't lowered the header, and I drove straight into the crop before I realised. But that will be cut from the time lapse, so you won't even see it. But it was only a very small amount. And I must say, I'm really liking this header because this has got a 15 km/h working speed, which is much faster than the standard headers that we use for the wheat and things. So that's good. That makes it a lot easier to actually get this job done quickly. And getting it done quickly is of course important because I don't want the video to drag on too long. But there we go. That's now us finished. So we'll check exactly how much we have left. In the tractor. Switch that off because I will move these machines later. Look at that, 18,000 litres. Let's look at the price. Price for sunflowers, both dropping, both very low compared to what we can get for them, so we're not going to be doing that. 20,365. Okay, that is good. Let's get this into storage then. And then the final job of today will be to tend to the horses. I don't think they need any topping up. We can check that in a minute. But we haven't been to see the horses in a while, so I think it's nice to go and visit them. They're both worth a fair amount of money now, which I'm very pleased about. Because as soon as those two guys are worth the full amount of 50,000, we'll sell them. And we will buy some more. But I might, if we have enough money, replace the horse paddock with a bigger one so that we can get more horses. But of course, if we get more horses, I am going to need to put horse helper on, which is expensive, but I will not have the time to be managing 4 horses. 4 horses, or 6 horses, whatever it is you can fit in there. 5 minutes of riding a day, that's 20 to 30 minutes. Even outside of the episodes, I just do not have the time for that. So, oh wow, okay. Let's get down. Let's have a look, see if they need anything. No, they're good. They will need some straw soon. So there you go, Danny is worth 31,000 and Roger 25. That's because of the missed days where I forgot to actually ride them. Sunflowers, that one's bottomed out. Yeah, not really much for us to do here. So let's go and take one of the horses for a ride. And that will be the end of today's episode. Just have to undo this, of course. Come on then, buddy. Let's go. Good old Danny. Here we go. Come on, Danny. Run. Woohoo! Gallop. Wow, look at that. Awesome. Just watch him galloping around the field. Woohoo! So, next time, we're going to have to get those fields prepared so that we can plant the corn. We're also going to have to get the potato washing equipment put into place. As both fields need preparing in the same way, which is, I believe, both need lime, and obviously they both need cultivating. So a quick check of what they need. So, no, actually, just field 43 needs lime. 44 could probably go without it. Okay. So 43 needs lime. They both need cultivating. What I'll probably do is, I'll do 43 off screen, just to get it all sorted, and then 44 we can do the cultivating next episode. But for now, I'm going to continue. I'm going to take Danny for the rest of his walk, and then I'll take Roger out as well. But thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.